Welcome back, everybody. Sorry for being a day late. We had a bunch of tornado warnings that impacted yesterday, and I was kind of scared to do a video while everything around us was being blown down. Also, some news today. Also read that Oregon decided to recriminalize drug possession. And it was really funny because the article said that the reason for it was because they had an uptick in pictures of people doing drugs out on the street, which is really funny to me because it sounds like some pure idiots. But because I know any addict that I know would never be out in the street, no matter if it's decriminalized or not, because we're scared to death of cops. So there's no way in the world that we'd be out on the street just sitting there doing drugs. But the funnier thing was is that they said they got an uptick on overdoses from fentanyl. But when you read the article, it states that the drugs they decriminalized was heroin, meth, and cocaine. So they didn't even decriminalize fentanyl. So, but yet they used that as an excuse to recriminalize it. Like, I don't know. It didn't make no sense to me at all. I just thought that was kind of a weird way to go back on your word to people about a drug that, they didn't even, the law wasn't even for. So, but anyways, we addicts, we know that things pretty much aren't going to change for us. Society's always going to look down on us, and in some ways, rightfully so. In some ways, it's completely exaggerated. The media runs us through. Here, where I'm at, it's every day you get to see people on media blasted on there just because they're addicts, and so, and obviously, so, they do terrible stuff. But normal people do terrible stuff, and but it's all you see is addicts. When you watch TVs, it's the same way. They portray addicts as these terrible people, and my problem with this is that I know a lot of good addicts. I know a lot of good people. Um, I prided myself to be a good addict for years, and just hearing this stuff constantly from society. And then you got the voices in your head that beats it in your head because you were brought up a certain way. Um, it makes it difficult to battle this disease because you feel like you're caught in a catch-22. And that's what we're going to talk about today is that last week I said that I would do a video on what I say in a mirror. And this has a lot to do with that. I'm not going to go through everything that I say, but I'm going to give you the keys to what you need to say to yourself, and you need to make it personalized for you, and you need to bring up the stuff that your brain uses against you to make you use, because you need to realize that, first of all, that you are wanted here. If not by anybody you know, then by me. Okay? Yeah, I need you here. I need you to subscribe and like and follow these videos and get this word out about this channel so that way we can save lives. So I need you. Um, like I said, even if you don't feel like there's anybody else in your life, I do. I need you. So you need to stand up in front of the mirror every day, and even if you don't believe it, because at first I didn't believe it. It took me 30 years to actually realize this, that I belong here, that this is my life, that I have the right to love my life, that I have the right to be happy in my life. And I'm not talking about chemical happy where, I got a drug in my system and I'm fine until the drug wears off and then I'm depressed again. And then I'm in a search of more drugs to make myself happy again because I feel like that's the only way that I can be happy. And that's because the drugs do that to you. The drugs will, when you start out, you'll start out at every morning, you'll start out down here, low. When you do your first drug, you'll go up to normal. Okay, everybody else starts out here. This is where everybody else starts out at their normal day. Okay, we start out down here until we finally get a drug in our system that we're addicted to that will bring us up to here. And then we got to do even more to finally hit that happy mark, right? When normal people, they have a wave, they go up and down depending on the circumstances. And, you can actually improve this wave by improving your life and spend more time up here, than you can, and even in the normal section. And my problem was I didn't think that I was worthy enough for that. I didn't think that I didn't think I mattered at all. And but that ain't true. That ain't true at all. Like you do matter. Addicts do matter. Every one of you out there watching this video, you matter. Your life matters. Okay. So you need to get up. You need to look in the mirror and you look dead in your eyes and you need to say that, today my life matters. Today I'm breaking the cycle. Um, because I belong here. I want to be happy. I want to have real happiness. I don't want to wake up every day in my life depressed and hurting and sad and have to chase down money just to get a drug just to be normal. I want to be able to wake up in that normal position because I deserve it. We all deserve it. We all deserve to be happy. I'm a firm believer that, and for all these years, I've always been a firm believer that we need to, that drugs should be legal because we could actually regulate them. The FDA could regulate them. A lot of overdoses wouldn't happen, but that's never going to happen. That's never going to happen. And even if it did, you're still going to have the same problem in your life that you had every single day before then of feeling like society doesn't want you around anymore. And and it's and I understand that feeling. I mean, I've done drugs since I was 12 years old, and I know exactly what I feel. But the funny thing about addiction is usually your addiction starts even before you even touch a drug. Like I had the feeling like I was useless and worthless to society and to my family when I was a little kid. That stuff started when I was a little kid, and it carried on to where peer pressure made me want to fit in, and so I started doing drugs. And then I quit for a few years because I got in trouble with my family, and I was more worried about keeping my car then. And then when I got married, the same thing happened again with my wife. I wanted to fit in with my wife because I loved her, and but really what it was is I was dependent on her, just like I got dependent on drugs. And it just started the cycle all over again. Well, really, the cycle never ended. The cycle never ended. Because during those times I was addicted to World of Warcraft and online games and everything else. So it doesn't have to be drugs that you're addicted to. That's the main thing. A lot of people don't realize is that all this stuff starts way before you start, way before you even touch a drug, and because usually something, maybe they're trying to cover up something bad that's happened in their life, and so every morning, you know, you need to be saying these things to yourself. I belong here. I want to be. I want to be happy. I want to have real happiness in my life. Today, I'm not going to let the past define who I am. No longer will that happen today. And today, saying today is very important because you don't want to worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow ain't happened yet. Tomorrow is just a story that's inside your head that you made up and thinking how it's going to go. Who cares about tomorrow right now? Right now, today, I want to be happy. Today, I'm going to change this cycle. Today, I'm going to be the person I'm supposed to be that makes me happy. If that means I'm going to be alone, that means I'm not going to have no friends, that means I'm going to be broke, so be it. So be it. If this gets me to being happy, then this is what I have to do because I am needed in this world. I am wanted in this world. And I want to be here because of this. And so that's the stuff that I tell myself. The gist of it, anyways. So what I tell myself, it's more personalized. I try to bring up, I call it manifestation. I try to manifest my demons to myself every day. So that way, when my brain or my abusive ex, like I said last time, tries to use that against me, I'm ready for it. I'm ready. I'm completely ready for it. So when they try to tell me that I have no friends, because most of them are dead, the other ones are in prison, um, I'm ready for that. I'm ready for when it tells me that, and I'm okay with being alone. I'm perfectly fine with being alone now. It took me, like I said, 30 some years to become okay with the fact that I could live the rest of my life and never have anybody else around me. And that's fine. That's fine with me. That's not going to interrupt my happiness because I'm allowed to live. I'm allowed to be here. I'm allowed to be me. And nothing can change that. As long as I'm not imposing on any freedoms, then I'll be happy. I'll be completely happy. And the more I'm happy with myself, the more other people around me is going to be happy with me. And that's just the way it works. So I want you to start today. Take it as a challenge. Take it as whatever, however you want to do it. And then in the beginning, you're going to laugh all the way through it. You're gonna smile. You're gonna laugh. You're not gonna believe anything you say because I know I didn't. And but the more you say it to yourself, the more it starts clicking in here. The more that throughout the day, when your brain starts beating you down, the more you'll say it again. The more you'll say it again to yourself. Like the more it tells you, like, man, you're hurting. You need to just go out there and screw this stuff. You could be happy right now. You're gonna say, no, I want to be happy forever. I don't want to be happy just now. I want to be happy later on today. I want to be happy tomorrow morning. I want to be happy 20 years from now. I want to be happy every single day of my life. I want to be happy. And that with drugs, that is not going to happen. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. No matter what dreams you have in your head, and we have some crazy ones. We think that if we get enough money, we can afford a big brick of stuff, and that it's going to last us a whole month, and that we could, get rid of a little bit of it, and it'll survive to the next month. I mean, we have some crazy dreams, but they never come true. They never come true. And I'm telling you right now that this way, your dreams, your happiness, everything, it will come true. You're allowed to have those. You're allowed to have good dreams. Just stop. You need to stop the lies to yourself because that's what your brain is doing to you. It's lying to you, telling you you are not worthy. And you need to tell yourself, no, that's a lie. I am worthy. I am worthy.